Thank you, love. Thank you, thank you. Hello. What a star, yes. Your light shines brightly, love. Thank you. So good morning again. Here we are. It is just so wonderful to be together, and I want to take a moment and thank Rev Barb for stepping in for me last Sunday. She really did step in at the 11th hour as I was recuperating and resting, and I just want to say again to you all, we have an extraordinary ministry team that just, it's amazing. Thank you. So, this is the final part of our three-part series on financial health. And if you didn't get a chance to listen to the last two talks, I invite you to check them out on Facebook. You can listen to them there or on our website. And it will really support you in this conversation. So, the title of my talk this morning is The Wisdom of Money, which is actually a book title that came from one of my most beloved mentors in our movement, Dr. Alice Bandy, who is now an angel of mine on the other side. I love you, Alice, and thank you. So, this whole money thing. What? You know, I was noticing, I wanted to just sort of check it out and see how many books there are on money. I just finally stopped scrolling because I was like beating my teenager in the scrolling time, and I was finally like, okay, put the screen down. There's a lot of books written about money, and they tackle every angle of it. The thing is what I am most interested in, especially as I was scrolling away there, I'm interested in the spiritual connection with money. We tend to complicate our relationship with money when we have forgotten the spiritual truth about it. So let me begin by sharing with you what money is not. Okay? Nope. Money does not actually grow on trees. Never seen that. Nope. Money is not the root of all evil, or as the quote is actually written in the Christian Bible, New Testament, the love of money is also not the root of all evil. Now, here is what money is. Money is paper. It is coins. It is invisible numbers magically flying through the air to pay for your cell phone bill. In all seriousness, money is the exchange of energy. That's it. Money is simply one form of energy on the planet. And this is key. The particular form of energy that money is, it is designed to keep us in relationship with each other. Think about it. You use money to go to the store, then you might have to see people at the store. You may have to talk with the produce person and ask when they're getting more arugula in. Trader Joe's down the street next Tuesday. Money requires us to be in relationship with others. It just does. We go to a job, we're in relationship with our coworkers. Even buying things online, we wave at the Amazon driver who drops the stuff off at our door. We talk to the person who cuts our hair, who cleans our teeth. The energy of money is that of a connector. It's connective energy. It actually brings us together as humans. And here's the deal. Whether we like it or not, we have a relationship with money. It's a relationship. It's like any relationship. It requires attention and focus and time, honorable intentions, integrity, kindness. Inscribed above the entrance of the temple of Apollo at Delphi, the epicenter of learning and knowledge back in the 4th century BCE, the ancient Greeks gave us the timeless charge to know thyself. And now I alluded to this a little bit in my talk 2 weeks ago, that so often when it comes to money, even before we were verbal, we felt the energy of money in the home that we grew up in. And as little children, as young kids, we didn't handle the finances in the house, but we sure did experience the feelings around it. Good, bad, indifferent. And for some of us, these feelings are still some of the feelings that we're carrying around that do not belong to us. They never did. So, the great news is that you are in the right place because you have a divine invitation to release all of that and have a whole new thought about money. You are absolutely a choice to cultivate a healthy relationship with your finances. I highly recommend it. So, y'all with me? I know we're talking about money. It's so interesting when you start talking about money, the energy shifts in the room. It really is true. It's easier to talk about sex. People are more comfortable with that. I'm fine with whatever, but people are more comfortable with that. It's true, right? All right. So, we teach that everything in life is connected and there is no separation, and that life or love intelligence, God, Spirit, the universe, is for you. The universe is for you. Logic then follows that so is your money. Think about it, but think about it. Everything is connected. It's not like we're all over here in this swimming pool of warm water, of oneness and connection, all, getting along and having a relationship, and our money is like way over here out in the cold on the patio in the corner. That makes no sense. Our money, our finances are part of the oneness of our life. Now, I want to emphasize that the energy of money is just one aspect of energy that guides our path. And it is here to support your expression in the world, which, by the way, has nothing to do with materialism and everything to do with love. But I'm going to get to that in a minute. So for some of us, our creative expression, our creative endeavors, or what we refer to maybe as our calling in life, is actually how we make our money. For others of us, it's the other way around. It's our job or income that supports or creates the opportunity to have our creative endeavors. Perhaps your job, whatever it may be, supports your absolute love of, refurbishing guitars or traveling the world. Maybe your job allows you to go to art school at night. And when you think of it in this way, that your job, for those of you for whom this is true, actually supports your creativity, when you look at it that way, there becomes this automatic abundance of gratitude that begins to flow in your life. And the thing is the consciousness of prosperity and wealth or well-being, as Rev Barb taught last week, the consciousness of this vibrates at gratitude. The consciousness of prosperity vibrates at gratitude. Over the years in my work, I've seen many people who share with me that they are frustrated or unhappy with what they call their day job. But the thing is, what I've also noticed over the years in doing this work is that when they can have an internal shift about that and see that their job is generating the energy of money that is supporting their dreams, of their creativity and their joy, and they've moved from frustration to gratitude, everything changes. And sometimes, as a result of this shift, sometimes they even end up making their living refurbishing guitars or traveling the world or making art. So when we actively bring gratitude into our energy field, major changes happen, especially with our finances. So for example, on a daily basis, consider giving thanks for whatever money is flowing into your life, even if you feel like it's not enough, which is a very real thing for many folks. So if that is the case, by all means, do what is yours to generate more income. And simultaneously, I invite you to be actively practicing gratitude for whatever amount you currently have, whatever that may be, and that supports you in creating more. Are you with me? All right. So I want to share with you a practice that will actually support you in any area of your life: money, relationships, creativity, vitality, you name it. So I know that many of you already have an active gratitude practice. Maybe you write in a gratitude journal at night or in the morning, but I'm going to ask you to take this a step further. Are you willing? So are you willing? Okay, all right. So here is what this looks like. And this can be done silently under your breath as a conscious sort of inner thought or an internal running dialogue, if you will. It helps in the beginning if you think of it sort of like a game for some people. And you can call it the gratitude game if you want, but here is what that looks like, sounds like, and feels like. Thanks for this food on my table. Thanks for this roof over my head. Thanks for this moment of sunshine after the rain. Thanks for this smile from that total stranger at the stoplight who let me go ahead of them. Thanks for the spiritual community. When your sweet doggy or kitty hops up on your lap, give thanks. Just in that moment. It's so easy for us to take it for granted. Do you hear me? Just in that moment, if you can bring your awareness to an awakened state of gratitude, that sweet little furry baby hops on your couch. Thanks, B. Thank you. Thank you. When your college-aged kid remembers to text you back. Right? It is a total thing. Oh, Flynn, thank you for remembering. Thank you. My daughter Flynn is in college. It's very exciting when she texts me back. Love you, Flynn. Sorry, darling. Okay. When you get your mail, think about it. Someone has actually taken mail for you and walked to your house and delivered it into a box near your home right there. When you go to take your mail out every day, you can take a moment as you're taking your mail. Oh, thanks. You know, as you bring it inside. When your coworker is a little less irritating one day, give thanks. Just do it silently. After a while, this way of being becomes as natural and as integrated as your breathing. So, being thankful and in the vibration of gratitude becomes what you lead with. And after a while, it becomes your natural state. Now, does this mean that you don't get irritated and angry? Of course not. We are all humans. But what this practice does do over time is it creates a new baseline for you. And your baseline becomes high-mindedness because you are choosing to see the good, especially right now on the planet, especially now. And by doing this as a practice, it enables you to get back to your center when things throw you off and you get irritated or angry or hurt by what you might see in the world. It brings you back to center much more quickly so that you can do something about it. Yes? Yeah. All right. I also want to say about this that on the particularly rough days, if you are having a difficult time or a difficult season, you can say to yourself on the breath, I give thanks for the promise of hope. I give thanks for the promise of hope. We always have something to be grateful for, and hope is a very good one. So this practice realigns everything. It realigns everything. When we move into gratitude as our normal go-to response, energetically, we are quantum leaping over the magnetizing energy of fear. I'm going to say that one more time. When we move into gratitude as our normal go-to response, energetically, we are quantum leaping over the magnetizing energy of fear, which is so pervasive right now. And think about it. We refer to fear as gripping. You know, fear clamps down. It blocks everything, which makes it so much harder for the universe or love to respond. As spiritual beings, we are living from the inside out. And life is happening through us. So the key here is to keep our channel open so that we can receive the energy of healing, the energy of peace, and the energetic flow of money and circulation in our lives. So hear this, the challenges that we have at one level of consciousness don't exist at a higher level of awareness. They can't. It's impossible. So by doing this inner work, we move ourselves to a higher level of awareness, thereby creating a shift within us that liberates us. And we are free. We're free from the grip of our emotions that have kept us in the familiar past. Think the unhealed stuff around money. You got it? By doing this work, we release that and we replace it with gratitude. And circulation and flow begin to happen in our lives in a greater way. Here is the thing. When we are living an awakened life steeped in gratitude, it allows us to have the spaciousness in our hearts and minds to really be effective in supporting others. Whether it's in the social justice arena, supporting those in need, working for the environment, we are far more effective spiritual activists when we are doing this crucial work of activism from a grounded, balanced, and centered place. Do you see? So in the 80s and the 90s, we had this whole thing in the early 2000s of have an attitude of gratitude, which was wonderful and important and great. I am suggesting that with this spiritual practice of making gratitude our absolute go-to, that what we're actually doing is we're not only creating this spaciousness within ourselves to live our own life in a way that is liberated and free, but also so that we can be more effective in the support of others so that we can dismantle injustice. Are you with me? Okay, that's the point. This is the new meme of attitude and gratitude. Right? Madam C.J. Walker, who was born in Louisiana in 1867, whose parents had been slaves, rose from poverty and at the time of her death in 1919 was considered the wealthiest self-made African-American businesswoman in America. And she used her position to advocate for the advancement of Black Americans and for an end to lynching. She gave massive amounts of her money away to support the causes and the organizations that she believed in. She was mostly known for her philanthropic efforts. She said, "I want you to understand that your first duty is always to humanity." She clearly understood the highest purpose of her money. And the highest purpose, with a capital P, of money, the highest purpose of money is always love. Hear me. Money itself, of course, isn't love. It's numbers flying through the air. But the highest purpose of it is love. Its purpose is to give us the opportunity to use it for good, to use it for God, to pay it forward, to support people and places and causes that help make the world a better place. The highest purpose of our money is love. And when you think of it that way, doesn't that feel different? When you recognize that the wisdom of money is a connector for all of us, it energetically connects us in relationship, it invites us to step into an absolute mindset of gratitude for what we have, and it allows us to bring love into the world in a greater way for the things that we believe in. In her poem, Continue, Maya Angelou wrote, "Welcome good. Continue to let gratitude enlarge your range and increase your spirit. Continue to dare to love deeply and risk everything for the good thing. Continue to float happily in the sea of infinite substance, which set aside riches for you before you had a name. Continue, and by doing so, you and your work will be able to continue eternally." Thank you. I love you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Mwah. Thank you. Thank you. Thanks.